We are talking summer fun tonight, and this dog, little Pee-wee, doesn't like to sit outside, but this guy does. So you are a summer dog, and we're talking foreign pressings, and as we mentioned last week, you are a foreign pressing. Summer fun, exposed style.
I said you'll have fun, and I won't disappoint you.
Welcome, fellow Kiss fans. Welcome to It's All For You Demons, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. And tonight, celebrating summer, and no better way to celebrate summer than Kiss Exposed on VHS. A little backstory of my own. I watched Kiss Exposed before I was a Kiss fan. Danny had purchased or probably rented the VHS Kiss Exposed, and I remember that summer he played a lot of Double Platinum from Brett's Brothers collection, and we watched Exposed at least once. I do remember watching it and thinking how cool it was that all these guys lived together in the same house. Thankfully, I was naive enough and young enough to believe in that magic, because that's a lot of the fun of this video. And I'll be honest, I was, middle school. The girls in this VHS, that worked magic on me. We'll just leave it at that.
Anything. You told me you were combing your hair.
This wasn't my first foray into the mockumentary. In 7th grade, I was huge into Mötley Crüe and would ride four-wheelers with my friend Sean up in the country every weekend. And one Sunday, leaving the rock quarry, we stopped at his neighbor's house, Chad. And Chad was a huge Mötley Crüe fan, kind of like us with Kiss, but Mötley Crüe. And he had just ordered Uncensored. And I remember watching that thinking like we were watching something that we shouldn't see. My naive mind thought it came in a paper bag. I don't think I held the box, I just saw it. And I remember telling Danny, like, it comes in a paper bag, like, you are not supposed to have this. Like, he got this secretly. Little did I know it was an ordered VHS, but the 80s rock and roll VHS tapes were amazing. And we're going to talk more about Mötley Crüe here in just a minute. So Kiss Exposed is always a summer go-to here in the Wax Night house. This VHS comes out right around 4th of July, so right about now. And I've never really gotten into collecting Exposed, but I do have Phantom of the Park on Laserdisc, so I would like to continue that Kiss Laserdisc collection, and I think Exposed is going to be the first one I'm going to go for, because it is such a fun video to watch. Now, guess I do collect Exposed stuff, because I have a very cool foreign pressing of Exposed. And it is this, the English PMV Exposed home video VHS. And there you see the Polygram music video, but more interesting is the 15 years of age or older suitable warning, and then also advertising Crazy Nights released on Vertigo Records. And there's really nothing hugely special about this, just a different clamshell box and a different actual VHS label. At the same time I bought this, I bought Phantom of the Park, but I made the mistake there of actually putting it in a VCR to watch it. My VCR ate it. It is still stuck in a VCR downstairs. I need to pull apart that VCR, see if I can wind the tape back together. But lesson learned, don't play your foreign pressing VHSs unless you have a trustworthy VCR. They need to make VCRs again. I think enough of us out there love the VHS clamshell to warrant producing VCRs again. Not to mention we have shoeboxes of porn. Shoeboxes of porn.
Yeah.
One thing I always kind of felt funny about with Exposed was really it's a promotional tool for Asylum, because Crazy Nights wasn't out yet. Exposed was released in May of 1987. Crazy Nights released in September 1987. And the reason we're looking at a Crazy Nights cassette tape is because of this oddity I wanted to discuss. And that is, Exposed is kind of a promotional tool for Asylum, as there are no Crazy Nights songs on there. Heavily 3 tracks from Asylum. 2 right off the bat. And the reason we are looking at the Crazy Nights cassette is this is the only copy I have of Crazy Nights that contains the exposed order form. And there you can see the exposed order form. You can fill it out and get your copy of Exposed on VHS for only $29.95 and $3 shipping and handling. It's crazy how expensive VHS were back then. And this may have a lot to do with when I saw Exposed, because it was the summer after my 8th grade year. Dan had Crazy Nights already, and we listened to Crazy Nights a lot in his car. And so me watching Exposed, I think I just automatically always assumed Exposed was a Crazy Nights tool, when actually it's an Asylum promotional tool. Now, as we spoke earlier of Mötley Crüe, big question in the room is, who did it better? And I'm only picking two when I talk about this. Exposed and Extreme Close-Up versus Uncensored and Decade of Decadence. Who did it better? This is a tough pick for me because I do think Uncensored is very good, but I'm going to go with Kiss. I think Kiss did it better. Exposed is fun. Uncensored is fun. Extreme Close-Up is grandiosely wonderful. Decade of Decadence, yeah. The thing I liked about Mötley Crüe is, at least in Decade of Decadence, I know Uncensored, there's a lot of fake stuff like Vince's house. I'm sure that's not Vince's house. Mick's apartment, probably not his apartment. The whole Mick's not gonna make it scene is totally fake, but I did buy into it back then. Made him look dangerous, made him look badass. Exposed, of course, is fake. But one thing I did like about Decade of Decadence is you actually see Vince's real house. And I remember loving that pool table he has with those clear balls. That was like a dream of mine. I'm going to become a rock star and have a pool table like Vince Neil. But as far as a band, opic kind of history of the band, Extreme Close-Up destroys Decade of Decadence. And so my pick is Exposed, Extreme Close-Up. These are fun, but these win my heart. Now I know one argument is going to blow this next kind of fantasy daydream out of the water immediately, and that is they released Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits at the 15th anniversary. So, that aside, let's say they didn't do that, should Kiss have released a soundtrack for Exposed and not released Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits? Side note, I do think Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits should have included one original song from Gene, Paul, Eric, and Bruce. That would have been amazing. We waited far too long to get an original song from Bruce. But back to my topic. Instead of Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits, should Kiss have released an Exposed soundtrack? I made one just for fun. And because a lot of these songs don't exist in reality right now, like to stream or download, I went with some other versions that are available, but of course, my soundtrack is pretty standard. I did, however, exclude some songs and include some songs that are not present on the VHS. Of course, we open with Who Wants to Be Lonely, All Night, I Love It Loud. I used the Creatures of the Night box set version. Definitely should use the Rio version if you were going to make a real Exposed soundtrack. Deuce is from Alive, Strutter is from Alive, Beth is from Alive 2. Detroit Rock City, you have to use the Sydney, Australia version. Paul's harmony vocal, absolutely amazing. The best version of Detroit Rock City to ever exist. And case in point, we need that Aussie show as an off the soundboard. Tears Are Falling, I Love It Loud, studio version, I Stole Your Love from Alive 2, Ladies Room from Alive 2, and then I excluded Rock and Roll All Night. We've heard Rock and Roll All Night too many times, so I included God Gave Rock and Roll to You from Alive 3. I know that version wouldn't have existed in 1987, but this is fun, this is fantasy, this is daydreaming. I included God Gave Rock and Roll to You from Alive 3 because that is a great closing song. Way better than Rock and Roll All Night. Should have been played on the End of the Road tour. And I also included Star Spangled Banner from Alive 3 as Exposed is a very summer VHS. Star Spangled Banner is the perfect way, 4th of July, to close out a summer Kiss record. So since we are talking summer fun, I thought I would give you my top. It's more than 5. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 flowers. Do you know why I love to count?
More than 5. My top summer picks of things to watch. 4th of July, you have to watch Jaws. Close Encounters of the Third Kind I'm throwing in there. Just a summer, fun, blockbuster type movie. The Great Outdoors, John Candy, Dan Aykroyd's best performance ever. Poltergeist, huge, great vibe of a horror movie, especially summer nights. This one feels good to watch. Exposed, VHS or DVD, take your pick. And lastly, don't leave home without it. Phantom of the Park on Laserdisc. The perfect summer movie to combine with your 3 summer albums: Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun, Alive 2. Summer is made. Thank you for hanging with Thank you for hanging with us. Everyone's probably like, all Pee Wee does is sleep. Really, she doesn't. She just does it when I'm making videos. Well, she does sleep a lot. But thank you for hanging with us tonight and waxing rock and roll nostalgia with us here in the Wax Night House. Everyone is taking a summer nap. And that's what you should do too. Right after this video, put on Exposed, take a summer nap, be good to your babies, spay, neuter, microchip, take care, be safe. We will talk to you soon.